Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Philip Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Denver Broncos. On the Eagles sideline, there is their head coach, hoping his guys took full advantage of the late season off week in the schedule, trying to heal up now for the stretch run. On the other side, you've got the head coach of the Broncos. His team also on the bye last week, so both teams should come in here with fresh legs and ready to go. Mike Tirico along with my partner Greg Olson. It's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. Off we go from Denver. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
You think back to the weeks leading up to the bye, Mike, and this team really was struggling. They were having a hard time finding success. They had lost multiple games in a row. So the ability to just take a step back, do a little self-scout, do a little self-accountability check, and just get a break. Get away, regroup. They said they had a great week of practice. It kind of rejuvenated the locker room, and we're going to find out here shortly whether it was.
87. To Slav, a man in motion. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Jonathan Cooper. He works his way in, registers sack number 17 on the season. Here comes the Eagles punt team. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
You look back on the game prior to the bye week, Mike, and I think that win is critical. Nobody wants to go into the bye week off of a loss. It just changes the energy in the building. Everyone starts questioning everything you're doing. You go in on a win. Everyone takes a deep breath. You're very honest about what you need to continue to improve on coming out of the bye, and we'll find out in this one whether they made those corrections.
He connects with Mims. The Broncos bringing out their punters.
A 4-yard gain. It's fourth down.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 30.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Back to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
3 yards to go.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's the punter now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Incomplete.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
Good for Broncos. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
It's a loss of a yard.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack. But there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring him down for a loss.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll run the sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Broncos 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A run with Dobbins. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. Oh, yeah. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. 1st down, Broncos.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Dobbins. He'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll find his man, Mecole Hardman. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. The former 1st overall pick in 2022, Travon Walker. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his 1st on the year.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man,
and they're going to get him a 2nd time. He goes down again. That is Max Crosby. He gets in there to record the sack, number 16 now on the season. On comes the punter now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Eagles offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Quickly to Shakir on the RPO. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
There's a lot of ways for defensive linemen to disrupt the passing game. That's everything about today's modern NFL. How do you disrupt the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable? Of course, sacking him is a great way, but even getting your hands up in those throwing lanes and tipping passes, that is so frustrating for these quarterbacks.
And that is incomplete. Contact marker just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down. Here's their punter now, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Broncos offense ready to take over once more. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. That one is complete to Hardman. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. Got it into the hands of Mims. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And the Broncos first down.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. To throw once more. Here's McCarthy. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal. But the fullback trying to power it home. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. That touchdown number 1 for him on the year. They're out there to block most of the time, but Greg, great reward for the fullback to carry it in for the touchdown.
Not every team in the league even carries a fullback, but man, if you have one on your roster, Mike, not many better places to use him than down here on the goal line.
Eagles nothing.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Walker. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. The shotgun snap, he'll look to throw, and he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. Eagles in possession to start the 2nd quarter as they've got it starting 3rd down and 2. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. He's going to try to get this himself. And he's not going to get there. A couple of yards short. And this is going to be a turnover on down.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this first down.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. On 1st down, here's McCarthy. He'll go left side here and complete this one. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Broncos.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. And he gets that to Hardman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Gain of 11. And the Broncos first down. First and 10.
Throwing again is McCarthy. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Denver. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, like we say, we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away.
To kick off for the Broncos.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 25-yard line.
They'll look to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And it looks like he's going to come up just short of the first down. Out of bounds, a yard shy of what they needed. So they'll have to pick it up on 3rd down. It's the quarterback with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. To return, it's Mims. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Broncos offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. Finding room at midfield. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line.
That's good for Broncos. First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
On the zone read, it's McCarthy. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. To throw is McCarthy. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
To throw, it's McCarthy. And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on first down.
He's out of bounds at the 12-yard line. A 6-yard pickup.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he'll take this one in. Hey, Dobbins. Touchdown, Broncos. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, Every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Open man, that's Dante Thornton. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
A gain of 14. And an Eagle first down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Gain of 11. And an Eagles first down.
They run with Walker. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
First down. A gain of 12. First down.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Broncos' 29-yard line.
On 2nd down, Walker. They'll push forward here, down to about the 27. Darius Musa there on the tackle.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
They'll go with the sneak. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Yard line.
Now this time, he'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll drop to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This a 46-yard attempt. Dicker's kick is good. And the Eagles are on the board now here in this 2nd quarter.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They had the touchdown on their prior drive, so that makes it 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far, as they look to put another drive together beginning here. Now it's Dobbins into the secondary, past the 40. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
19 yards.
That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
The throw here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage at 3 points.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. Back to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. To Slaw, the man in motion. Throwing now on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Broncos offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
McCarthy to the air. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Jordan Davis getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The Broncos going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. Clock is stopped with 26 seconds until the break. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage here on third down. They took away all of the outlets the quarterback had. Really left them with no opportunity other than to just throw that ball away. It's going to bring up fourth down.
And good coverage by Hutchie. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get about 5. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hanson, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much.
And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. Second down.
33-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing now, it's McCarthy. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Eagles recover the football.
And we talked about it during the break. If they're going to get back into this game, they're going to need to get some kind of spark going. And, well, the first drive of this half, the defense has certainly done their part, and now it's up to the offense to do something with it.
The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. They'll run here with Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Pickup of the 11 yards on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Philadelphia.
They'll run. It's from Asheville, Virginia Tech, Facial Tootin. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Down at the 22-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To Slav, a man in motion. He'll look to throw. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
3rd down and 7.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Nick Bonito. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up 4th down.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles put 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, you how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
32-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get forward for about a yard. That's John Campbell getting in there to make the play.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Daxton Hill on the coverage.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Talanoa Hufanga had the coverage from the safety position and comes away with the breakup. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man complete. That's Teslar. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Not just the 1st down, but reception number 70 on the season.
And an Eagle 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to the air one more time. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd and 9.
9 yards to go.
The shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. Now, faking the give. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And that'll be good for a gain of about 4 as he is forced out of bounds.
Shakir. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
The run up the middle. It's Walker with good blocking leading the way. He's got the 1st down inside the 25.
A gain of 6. That's another Eagles 1st down. It's a gain of 6.
Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
21-yard line. A gain of
From the 21, here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Walker. And they continue to churn out 1st downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
And an Eagles 1st down. 1st and goal, Philadelphia.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Now Walker. And he will power his way into the end zone. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Eagles are able to edge a bit closer. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Broncos first down.
A run with Dobbins. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain there of 11. Good for a Denver first down.
Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Setting up to throw is McCarthy. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
The Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
On first down, here's McCarthy. A quick slant into the hands of Waddle. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up second.
Here's Dobbins. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here's a third down and 4.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play brings up third and 4.
To throw is McCarthy. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
He's tackled at the 29.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. He'll drop to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away well short of the first down marker. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time. They've dominated the proceedings here in the fourth quarter. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. From the 29, here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll stick with him again. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
That's good for a Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Broncos.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6.
Tackled by Nate Hobbs.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4 at the Eagles' 47-yard line.
They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll be near the first down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll run the sneak, and he will have a Broncos first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. To the outside. He's got Waddle. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Broncos first down.
Get this to Mims on the jet sweep. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
Got it into the hands of Mims. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controls the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense headed back to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This one complete. It's to Sloan. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
7-yard pickup.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
At the 40-yard line.
Quickly to Shakir on the RPO. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Eagles, first down. It's a gain of 6.
The Slav, a man in motion.
Philadelphia.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Back to throw. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Nick Bonito. He gets in yet again. That's now 3 sacks for him in this one. Third and a long way to go. Now they'll set up to throw. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Well, the guy playing center field, the guy back there watching it all, had all the eyes on him, takes the interception, and goes all the way, Greg, for a very impressive touchdown.
Yeah, Mike, and I just think the quarterback just locked in on his receiver the entire way. And as you said, that center fielder sitting back there, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes, and once he got his hands on that ball, it was nothing but green grass the other way for the pick 6.
The kick by Lutz is good. Broncos will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. In motion, that's Thornton. Right back to the air following that pick 6. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. On second down, Walker. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
At the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
3rd and 10. Open man, left side. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
25 yards on the play. And an Eagles
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Pass caught right side by Thornton. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
brings up 2nd and 4.
He'll look to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
3rd down and 4.
From the gun, here's the give to Walker.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Gonna give the ball over on down. The Broncos offense and their running back set to go once more. And this crowd certainly has liked what they have seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in. They did not disappoint. As they have the advantage here in the 4th. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. 13 yards to start that drop. And a quick first down. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now it's Dobbins. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
At the 44-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
First down.
They'll stay on the ground. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
4 yards.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So this will wind up a win for the Broncos. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And they send their fans home quite happy. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the